This is one of our destinations today. It's Grinnell Lake in Glacier National Park. Join us as we explore and discover all the gems on this hike into Grinnell Lake. This is another one of the gems along the trail to Grinnell Lake. Join us as we discover these hidden falls on the hike to Grinnell Lake. To get to our trailhead today, we actually have to cross this lake, which is Swiftcurrent Lake. We'll take a ferry to the end of the lake, and then we'll hike about a quarter of a mile up and over a small knoll and down to Lake Josephine. At Lake Josephine, we'll take another ferry that will take us up to the opposite end of the lake. And then from that end of the lake, it's about 1.5 miles hike in. You can do the whole hike from the original boat dock. I think it's about 4.5 miles all the way into the lake, or you can bypass the lake and go right into Grinnell Glacier, which is another couple of miles up the mountain. Either way, it's a beautiful trip. This is Lake Josephine. The further we go up the lake change, the closer we get to the glaciers. With the glaciers grinding against the mountainside, it creates this blue water, which is, of course, just beautiful. So the deeper we get into these lakes, the bluer the lakes are, or the more turquoise they are. So just a gorgeous trip here on the boat. Because all these lakes are fed by glaciers, all along these boat rides, you're looking at waterfalls the entire time. It's just beautiful up here, very wet country. We've gotten off the boat and we'll take the Grinnell Lake Trail. You'll see as we're hiking that there are berry bushes all along the way. The ranger told us that 80% of the bear's diet is berries. And so all these bears up here are constantly in these berry patches. And with as wet as it is up here, there are berries everywhere. In fact, I'll show you a few of the pictures of the berries that we crossed as we were hiking through the forest. There were probably 8 or 10 different varieties of berries as we were walking that were obvious to us. Who knows how many additional berries that are out there to someone who knows what they're looking at. There's a number of creeks along the trail. Some of these creeks connect the lakes. Others are just free-flowing creeks that come in from the side and join the main creek or just go directly into the lake. The 2 large creeks that we pass on this hike are Cataract Creek and Grinnell Creek. There's lots of wildlife up here. The most prevalent of the wildlife is the mule deer. They're way too friendly, so we see them all along the trails and close by all the time. Even the bears are pretty common and not far off. They're just usually feeding in the berry bushes, so you get a glimpse of them as they go in between bush patches. Kind of fun to see all the wildlife. This bridge crosses Cataract Creek. Cataract Creek has Hidden Falls on it. Hidden Falls is a gorgeous falls. We'll do a little hike up to Hidden Falls right now before we cross the bridge. This is the side trail into Hidden Falls. So Hidden Falls is around that corner. We'll hike a little higher and take a look inside. So this is our first glimpse of the Hidden Falls. We'll keep going up the trail. I hope we get a clearer view as we go. Well, hopefully based on this sign, we'll get a good look. What's interesting is this is the upper falls. The lower falls you can hardly see. This is a shot of the lower falls. You can see it a little bit more clearly. There's a lot of vegetation in the way of this one, but hopefully you can see it okay. This is another one of the hidden gems that we find along the hike to Grinnell Lake. Join us as we explore and discover some of these gems on the hike to Grinnell Lake in Glacier National Park. We hiked back down to the bridge, and this is the view of Hidden Falls from the bridge. As you can tell, it's hidden. It's a beautiful creek with the turquoise water in it. It's Cataract Creek. This is Cataract Creek from the waterfalls that we just went and saw. This flows into Grinnell Lake. Grinnell Lake is then the headwaters of the three lakes that flow down through this valley. This cascade at the end of the lake is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. It looks like a cobweb glacier. Quite a beautiful sight. This is Grinnell Lake. It's just a short hike, a little over a mile from where the boat drops you off, or about 4.5 miles from the lodge. I'm trying to zoom in on these falls. They are just incredible, probably because I've never seen anything like it before, so kind of a cool set of falls that look like a cobweb. Hope you enjoyed the hike to Grinnell Falls as much as we did. Even though it was raining the entire time, it was just an absolutely beautiful trip with so many gems along the way. Hope you enjoy these last few shots of the hike in this canyon in Glacier National Park.